When my world shattered and I found myself homeless, the only thing that kept me moving forward was a desire to tell my story. To leave something behind if I didn't make it. I'm here though, but I still want you to know.
Also, they were planning on remodeling it, those places, and they had the schematics. You could go online and whatnot, and those apartments were going to be $1,200 a month, which was just, I was, when I first went to start, got a place at Hallmark, it was called at that time. It was only $750 for 825, 850 square foot 2-bedroom apartment. And that was on, and I had my voucher or whatever. And, I had received disability, so I was um, able to pay that, but it took all my disability when the new management, JCM Partners LLC. So when they came in, they were not playing with anybody. And I noticed that the people that they were moving in weren't the people that I was used to. Weren't a lot of black people. Weren't a lot of poor blacks or whites. It was mostly Hispanic, Mexican, um, Indian. You know what I mean? Just people from different countries who had probably lived in the States. I don't know. But, I just noticed that there was a different scheme. That's what they were focusing on. That was their target market. I said, look, I have to have a roommate. It's like, is it okay? Because I'm that type of person. I'm very transparent. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble for shit. Have it to come and bite me in the butt later. And she said, that's fine, just as long as they stay cool. It's like the manager even said, she goes, a lot of people have people who are living in their apartments who aren't on the lease. And that's her words verbatim. So I put an ad in, So went through all these, even somebody that I had known from the craft fairs. And that turned out, one thing that really hurt so bad was, I'd been trying to look for a full-time job in Sacramento since I got here in 2009. And being told that you're overqualified because you're working on your master's degree, being told that you're overqualified to wash dishes for 8 hours a week, one day a week at a golf course, was just totally bizarre. I've never had that happen. And I realized that it's who you know and not your qualifications on your application, because my application was fine. It was just for this lady, it was just when I told her that I was working on my master's, thinking that that's going to give me brownie points. No, it totally, you know, so anyway, I went.
Nasty thing.
Mama, bitch. Nasty bitch.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Fucking 3 months, bitch.
Yeah, right. Uh-huh. Rennick. Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
You have reached 911. All operators are busy.
Because I
If
am
you're
right
tell
now.
the operator the true location of the emergency and your cellular's telephone number.
Of it in my home. Okay. And I went up to the I'm on the lease. She is not on the lease. She was supposed to get on the lease. I've not done anything wrong to her. Everything that we talked about, she has been refusing to do.
So let me
Sorry.
stop you. So her biggest complaint is noise, just slamming.
Okay, but
and I'm not saying it happened. I didn't say it didn't happen.
Right.
But I'm just bringing it up because that's really
Right,
her
and
primary complaint was slamming doors.
right. But I'm going to live in my home. It's not on purpose. I promise you, it's not on purpose. But this is her attempt to control because she's mad. Yesterday, she accused me of drinking her pop. She accused me of poisoning her meat. She accused me of trying to, and she has bipolar disorder. She accused, and she's not treated. She's not taking any medications for it. And I don't like to bring that up, but now it's becoming a problem for me.
Okay.
And she hasn't taken her dogs out. Actually, they're shitting and they're pooping and pissing in that room. She has not taken them out for 2 days for walks. And she got mad. She goes, "You're not going to control me because I have three dogs and one cat. I just got through taking them out about 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? So there's nothing I can do if I go to the bathroom and I put the lid down on the toilet. She's going to complain. You see what I'm saying? These are dogs. I've had them. They play in the living room with me while I'm doing my meditation or listening.
How long has she lived?
She just moved in on the 3rd. She just moved in on the 3rd. She got
You guys
mad.
have enough people?
I know, right? I don't know who did this. The old manager used to move here. So used to live here. So I think that's for her and the grandkids.
Sharice.
So, I mean, I am in the process of getting a restraining order against her because there's nothing I can do. I told my manager, if you have to evict me to get her out, then fine. But I can't, the dogs, the dogs are just running around. That's it.
You really got issues. One is, I don't want my dogs around you since you put your hands on me. So stop. You really got issues. You admit you're crazy. You are crazy. When you walk around sleeping, I don't bother you. And yes, I did cuss you out because you said if this nonchalantly told me I spent your money on food and this and that. And I told you by law you cannot do that. When you have a deposit, you have a deposit here. I know. They don't spend your money. I said you have to put an escrow account. You said I bought bills. And I said, well, I don't have bills because y'all just moved here. So what you did, then you lied about the rent. You don't pay no $10.50. I already know that because the neighbor has been here long as you. And they said you pay. So you're going to have to pay me about $500 back. Because by law under California, you cannot charge me.
It's actually a civil matter. You're not telling the truth right now.
No,
you're not telling the truth because I didn't talk to you this morning.
Because see, I don't have time to argue. You said they want to play games in here, but like I said, I'm gonna get a restraining order because you wasn't talking about no restraining order until I did. Because like I said, they already know.
that this relationship isn't going to work.
Right, and so that's why I said I've given her a 30-day vacate, and and after that, and then she was complaining about the cable and all this stuff, and it's like it's like, well, actually, if they string it, then, and I talked to the cable guy yesterday because he was here, and I got it videotaped. And he said that if there is any type of hazard by law, whether it's going through the doorway.
Well, let's probably just give you a synopsis of what the case is basically with an install anyway.
Okay.
So if there are already say existing outlets, we just borrow from that, and then we just make sure it's connected to the outside drop that's likely already connected to your place. But if for any reason that there aren't any active outlets or outlets in general, then sometimes there's a need for a contractor kind of style job to make sure that happens, but it would be impossible to do without the written permission from the owner or the leaseholder, for instance.
Okay, yeah, it's already, well, and I that's what I told her. It's like, I already have hookups or whatever. It's just, it's not in her room. She wants everything in her room. And, but I told her there's no drilling, so I don't want anybody to have to come in and, do anything or, string cords all over the house because, her room is pretty far away.
So he lives in his recliner.
He has stolen already.
And Mary runs around ranting and raving. And then they go to church.
My rent deposit and also the rent that I had to I paid what she said rent was $10.50. Actually, the neighbor said it's for the new people. She's been here 2 years, I guess. So really, by law, which is what she's very manipulative. Every roommate she has, police has been called. She's also looked like she's been doing drugs. The other day, Tuesday, she harassed me where she put her hands on me. So what she does is she likes to push people and pick up the dogs and threw my dog in the room. And she's very hallucinatory. She has no psychiatrist. She has a counselor who's her friend, which does no help because people don't believe nothing she say anyway. So when I called the police, that's when she wanted to call, and I had said I'd get a restraining order. That's when she's crazy. She wants to get one, which is fine, but she's very disruptive in the house. Very disruptive. I'm shocked that I came here to go through this. I had bought her food. Do you know that she used her own money to buy cigarettes and in my deposit, so spending stuff, then online, eBay, shopping, buying stuff, that's, like I said, necessary when it's my money involved. It's all of my business. So this is what we have to deal with. She plays sage every day, lighting it up, which it has a strong smell, making people sick in the house. She turns the heat on to 85 degrees, where my dog has been there panting. So anyway, back to when police came, I had to call them because she's been banging on the walls like a little 2-year-old, even though 2-year-olds usually don't do that, especially early in the morning. So this is the encounter I have to deal with, a psychopath, a serious psychopath that I hate to do, but I had to do what I had to do this morning. I'm irritated because I'm sleepy, and this girl sat up here think it's funny where she want to get up early in the morning, which fine, walk your dogs, okay, that's not the issue, but when you're causing disturbance, that's what we have to deal with. She's a serious psychopath. None of the neighbors around here like her. She even threatened to beat up a pregnant woman. Then she cries about somebody pulled a gun on her. Really ridiculous. She does stuff to people bragging about putting their hands on people, but when somebody come back at her, then she wants to cry like a little kid. You know, that's the type of craziness behavior. Nobody around here, you know, like I said, likes her. You know, because she thinks she's Miss Billy Badass, but she's actually a punk. So, like I said, you know, she doesn't need, she's not even human to me. So, this is how we deal with animals. You know, and like I said, yes, I call her crackhead for the police. She's on drugs. Because when somebody has that type of issue, she says she has the personalization issue. But it's worse than that. So, like, I'm just letting y'all know. All y'all Facebook, watch out for Tennille Adams, TANEIL ADALES. I'm at 2852. Paseo, PASEO, Real, RIOA, number 17. Yeah, this girl is really crazy. Really, really nuts. So, I'll check in with y'all later. Have a good day.
So today is 12/10/2016, and it is 9:44 a.m. in the morning, and that was her rant today. I'm talking about somebody talking shit when you over there talking shit. Come on now. Talking about don't touch your meat. Well, then don't use my pants. It's a very simple request. Don't put the meat in the sink. It's like common sense is too much. No, you ain't dealing with nothing but your own ego.
Crazy.
And that's it. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Sis, I'm about to call 911. This girl just tried to burn me.
Oh my God.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This, oh my God.
Oh, come on.
I hear you. No, I'm alright. No, hold on. This is crazy.
Put your hand in the freezer.
This is crazy. Who does it?
Put your hand in the freezer, Sharice.
No, I'm good.
It was an accident. That honestly was an accident. But if you want to go ahead and call, go ahead and call. But that was an accident. Because I overfilled it.
Hold on one second. Hold on. This is bullshit. I don't know why people act like this. I mean, when you start liking people thinking they cool and they do this shit. And I'm not an angry person, but this
Sharice, put your hand in the freezer. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
shower door grumpy. I already got shit on you, so I ain't worried about it.
Good girl, mama.
You want to sit on the phone and lie like you innocent. You stealing people fucking money. That shit ain't cool. You go to jail for shit like that. You was a thief. You know that you stealing people money, deposit. You got $150 in my deposit. You gonna pay me for the dog food, which you said you was. You know, I ain't worried about it. You can take that to court, because I sure am. But you need to pay me my money. Talking about I paid $550. You can't even do that. You have to pay half, but you gonna pay me my money. You sure gonna pay. You always talking shit, fucking with people, putting your hands on people, and then people tell your ass, well, you can shut it, then you get mad. You was a psycho. You really is. 51, worse than 5150, honey. You are crazy. Stealing people money, then you want to talk about shower curtain. So you start shit.
No, it's not a shower curtain, it's a shower sliding door.
Why is you stealing people money? Why is you stealing people money though?
Are you moving out tomorrow?
You was a thief.
Are you moving out tomorrow?
I can move out for 2 months if I don't want to. I guarantee I can stay past 30 days. I'm gonna take you to court.
Okay.
I really do.
I will be.
And they gonna see, they gonna wonder why you stealing people money. And why did you lie about how much the rent was? You can't do that. I want you to. I gotta stay here 2 months. Ain't shit you can do. And I'm gonna get a key. And you gotta pay. If I gotta get a locksmith to get a key, watch.
You can't get a locksmith without my permission because I'm on the lease.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
You don't know the law. Yes, I can. Because you.
I know the law, and I know you can't do that.
By law, I have as much as rights in this house as you do.
No.
Yes, I do.
No.
While you're on the lease, that's okay. But I have as much as rights. Because one is you lied. You lied about the rent. That's illegal. Under California law, since you don't know, you better look it up.
Give proof. Give proof.
If you have a roommate.
Give proof.
If you have a roommate.
Give proof.
Pull it up. It's okay.
Go ahead and pull it up.
But by law, if you have a roommate, you cannot lie about what the rent is.
And I never lied.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Your rent is not $10.50 here.
I didn't say it was.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You asked me what the rent was here. I said it was $10.50 for people who were just coming in. Yeah, I know you changed the subject now. You just changed the subject because you know that I told you the truth. You just didn't hear it. And I told you exactly what it was for both me and new tenants.
I never lived here before, so you lied. Okay? You have to, I don't care if the rent, if it's $7.75 rent, I only pay half of what you pay. Yes, I do.
Anyway, but you don't have
No, ma'am.
you don't have proof of that, but I did tell you the truth.
Because I asked you. And that's how I know if you go to court, but you probably will, sure. What is your rent? You told me $10.50. Your rent is $500.
I told you no, my rent is not $500.
When you have a roommate,
I told you that the rent was $10.50 for new tenants because this is new management.
There's a difference there.
I told you that I was on the bond program.
No, you're
you
not.
sat right there, and I told you.
Let me tell you, sweetie.
You don't know. No, you don't. Because I already. No, you don't. Honestly, I know you don't. But that's. No, they don't know me. Nobody knows me here. So bring them to court then. Bring them to court and have them sign an affidavit. Bring them to court and have them sign an affidavit.
If you just moved here.
Look, I'm not going to have this discussion with you if you don't want to, but you're not going to keep breaking stuff in my home.
One is, I'm not like you, I don't break stuff.
Yes, you did. You just broke the door.
No, that's
yeah.
The track. So anyway,
and do stay out of people's room too, please. Thank you. Please stay out of people's rooms.
Who goes in your room? I don't go in your room.
I'm just telling you, please go stay out of. Yeah, I don't. It's not stealing. It's just please don't enter into somebody else's room. Yeah, please don't steal. Go in my room. That's all I'm asking. Thank you. That's good. 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 I'm just checking. I'm just checking because I just want to make sure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm grateful for that.
By law, like I said, you lied about the rent because one is that's ridiculous.
You need me to have lied about the rent in order to make your point. That's it.
I asked you how much is the rent. You said $10.50.
No, I didn't actually.
Yes, you did. You never told me $8.50 or $7.75, and I know what it means. If you're not a new person, okay? That means if you just moved here, then the rent will be $10.50.
What do you mean about $10.50? So what? So who did you get the other information from?
This is what you're doing.
Because I never got in that conversation with you.
You cannot use deposits to pay on anything. That has to go into an escrow account.
No, it doesn't have to, but it can.
Yes, it do.
Okay,
yes, it do.
Go ahead.
You have to put that in the account. You cannot spend anybody's deposit. If I have a roommate or if I own the house, you cannot spend nobody's deposit.
Basically, because you keep complaining about the deposit, so you keep complaining about the deposit. So if you're wanting it back, then that means that you're going to be leaving, right?
Like I said.
Are you leaving because you keep talking about? It's really none of your business as long as you get partial it back. Yeah.
You're not getting partial.
Yeah.
Partial's gonna be full.
Whatever damage has been done.
No damage.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that. You don't even. Yeah, and I do too, actually. So, well, then, when you're moving out, then we can discuss this. When you're moving recording everything now.
Okay.
But what she said was that you told her a whole bunch of stuff, and that supposedly you're going to help her take over my apartment.
No. I didn't think so.
No.
My heart was broken. I was like, oh my god.
No,
I share stuff with this lady. What the
There's
hell?
a lot of things that are being said, and I feel like I'm getting caught in between
Okay,
them because.
so I don't want to catch you. I just wanted to
so
ask
let me
you.
just tell you because
And
you are the resident.
I emailed you
I
a
saw.
restraining
I saw.
order.
You are the resident, and so I'm telling you things in your rights from a resident's perspective.
Right.
And she's coming in here and she's telling me other things. And so I'm telling her her rights as a tenant.
Okay.
I told her from the get-go, I can't do anything for you. Like,
Okay.
I can't even kick you out.
Right.
I said, and I told her the process. I told
Right.
her you have rights to the apartment because you did pay rent.
Right.
You know, and you know, I told her all of those things. And if we need to get to a point where both of you guys need to get in here because I don't want to be involved in the middle of this,
Right.
but it sounds like there's things that are being said to try to sway one way or the other. First of all, I told her if she wanted to apply for an apartment here, she's more than welcome to do so.
And
she doesn't qualify.
Okay. She
So-
said that's what she told the cops because I just sat there recording everything because I was like.
Right, that's what I thought it was going to be 100 yards away.
They're not like the DB ones.
So this is supposed to be a conduct order, strictly.
Pretty much.
Okay, so a civil harassment order is actually a conduct order?
Apparently. I hate this. I hate it. Yeah, and I hate to tell you this, but try to prove a negative.
Right.
Well,